Hello, welcome to this tutorial for a very simple graduation themed party display. We've got two elements that are going to go into this design. Firstly, we're going to be using the Congrats to You Grad Airloonz, which I've pre-inflated. These things are stunning, I love the design of this. And then we're going to add an extra little element so you can combine the two, create a package which would be very profitable for the graduation season. So as I say, I've pre-inflated the base for the Airloon. The Airloons and the packets come with the elastic, which we're going to use to tie around the base of the main balloon. It comes with the two tabs underneath. So I'm very simply just going to pop it onto the tab, roll the tab around the elastic and tie a couple of good strong knots, because there will be a bit of tension coming up from the balloon onto the base. So nice and tight, stretch it over. We want a nice amount of stretch that will go over the base, but not too tight that you can't actually get it around the balloons. So roughly sort of this kind of tension, and again two really good knots, or three. Generally, rule of thumb, if you can't tie knots, tie lots. So we've now got the elastic attached onto the foil, ready to bring into the base. And it very simply just stretches over, turn it upside down. And all I'm going to do is just pass two of the lobes of the base carefully around the design. So that will sit quite happily on its own. We do recommend you weigh it down with something. Today I'm just going to pop in one of the gold foil weights just into the base. You can use tins of food, anything with a good bit of weight to it, just so it doesn't go floating around. And simply just in the bottom, pop it in there. I'm pretty confident now that will stay where it is in a hall full of party goers and be quite happily without being moved over. Just going to sit it to the side. I mean, that's great to sell just on its own. Big impact, nice big balloon, but we want to add something just a little bit extra just to create that package. So if you're a retailer, this sort of thing you can pre-make, bag up, and your customer can collect and take away without having to visit venues to create large decor. So very simply, I'm going to create an arch, just a single line arch, using 12-inch fashion black Link-O-Loons from Sempertex. I love the Link-O-Loons, so versatile. You can do so many things with them. These arches, you can just knock them out very quickly for big profits again as well. So all my elements are pre-inflated. I'm going to show you how to attach them all together. I've made a very simple base. So my first cluster of 4 is inflated to around about 6.5, 7 inches. I've just popped in a foil weight, coordinating colour. And I've then got the 5-inch Sempertex Reflex assorted star pack. So these come in gold, silver and rose gold in the packet mixture, 50 balloons in there. And I'm just going to use the gold. And I've taken the 5-inch and inflated to about 3.5 inches. I'm going to bring it into the base, grab one of the necks of my gold ones, put it down, up and around, and then tie it onto one of the other gold necks. That is now nice and sturdy and will act as a perfect base for the arch that we're going to create. I'm going to bring in one of the sections that I've already made. So as you can see, we've got the base that I've just made there. And then I've connected up the Link-O-Loons with the 5-inch in between. I've inflated the Link-O-Loons to 10 inches at the diameter. The first 2 are only air-filled. There's no need for them to be helium. The other 4 are helium-filled. So I'm going to take my 2 air-filled Link-O-Loons, again, like I say, 10 inches on the diameter. I'm going to get one of the nozzles, pull it nice and tight into the base as we did before, under the black one, up, around the gold, and then tie it off nice and tight. The last thing we want is one of these knots coming loose. Okay, perfect little base. From this point onwards, if you're not going to create an arch, a couple more balloons on top and then a helium-filled foil would work lovely for a simple column. Like I say, my next 4 are helium-filled, and I'm just going to tie the neck of this first one onto the tip of the last air-filled one. Again, nice and tight, and get these balloons nice and close together. Next up, we're just going to add in the extra elements of the Reflex Gold star print. So very simply, they just come through the join, twist to lock in place. My top tip for these, I always twist them clockwise. That way I know that if I ever need to take it apart or change things, add things, change the colours, it's very simply just a single anti-clockwise turn. That can come back out, be reused. I don't need to be popping balloons to redo things. So like I say, pull it through, get into the habit, a single clockwise turn, that's locked in place and won't go anywhere. I'm just going to pull this down to the floor. Like I say, pull it in, single clockwise turn. And we've now got our 2 sections of the arch. At this point, we could connect the 2 ends for a very basic version of an arch. However, I'm going to do something a little bit different and add in a bit of bling into the middle with the Congrats Scred Super Shape foil from Anagram. Now, all I've done with this one is around the top star and the bottom star. We'll take my clips off. I've just simply tied a black 260 nice and tightly around the base, but not so tight that it squeezes the foil, just tight at the knot. This is now our fixing point to tie into the Link-O-Loon. I'm going to take one of the ends, bring it to where the end of the star meets. Now I know that is where I roughly want to tie my knot. And double knot just to make sure it's completely secure. The last thing we want is for that to be flying off at a venue. Oop, nearly lost that one. Nice and tight knot. And again with this one, loosely tied around the join of the small star to the main balloon. I'm going to take it across and then just tie it into the nozzle. Nice and tightly. So if we bring it out, we should have a nice shape to the arch. Now what we can do now is just neaten this top bit up a little bit. All I've got is some stretchy balloon tape. And if we can find the end. In fact, this is just regular tape, not the stretchy, but any tape should do the job. All I'm looking to do is just hold the 260 just across the back of that balloon, just to neaten and tidy everything up a little bit. And again, all I'm doing, just running the 260 across the back of the balloon, a little bit of tape, and that just brings that star shape into it. On the final one, you've got the inflation point, and again, I've just taped this one back onto itself just to tidy it all up. And if we bring in the Airloon, we've now got very simple graduation themed package. Like I say, it can be easily sold from a shop. The 2 things will happily sit in a bag each, and your customers will be able to take them away to decorate their party.